Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day today. I know it's been a long time since I did a regular video, but what better late than never, right? Anyways, I'm going to talk to you why I feel the DC Animated Universe franchise, or as some fans call the Bruce Timm universe, is not only GOATED, but one of the greatest, but if not the greatest, representation and adaptation of the DC Comics franchise outside of the comics. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate the movies. I've enjoyed most of them over the years. But let's be for real, the DCAU has its beat, as far as I'm concerned anyway, has them beat by a long mile. What made the DC animated universe so great was the pure genius, creativity, and imagination of Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. Now, outside of a couple of things like Batman hooking up with Barbara Gordon and the way they made Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond, Batman's biological son was not only weird but convoluted as hell. Outside of those things, the writing in the DCAU was phenomenal. Uh, it was absolutely wonderful. Loved the writing. Thought the writing was pure genius, pure, pure amazing. Just pure awesomeness. Excuse me, pure amazing. That's not proper grammar. But I literally and honestly, what made the was that you had two great geniuses that not only loved and respected the characters, but understood the characters. You know, Batman stayed true to his character. Superman was true to his character. Wonder Woman was true to her character. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were true to their characters. And it was so damn good. It's not like, I didn't really feel that they were represented in such a negative way. Like, all the characters that we grew up loving as kids, especially the characters that we eventually got used to, we got introduced to from this franchise, we ended up loving because how well they were represented. Characters not only from like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, from characters like John Stewart, Green Lantern, Zatanna, Martian Manhunter, Orion, Bizarro, Solomon Grundy, um, Etrigan the Demon, just to name a few of the major mainstays of the DC Comics franchise. And to me, if I was to say which is my favorite representation and adaptation of any comic book franchise outside the comics, it's the DCAU. I mean, don't get me wrong, my fellow Marvel fans. I am a huge fan of Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though its first 10-year run was amazing. Even though, despite the fact that recently they've been very inconsistent. Um, Although recently Deadpool and Wolverine really was phenomenal. Um, I gotta give it to the DCAU. I think the DCAU was better by a pretty significant margin. But that, of course, is just my opinion. What made the DCAU great was not only the animation, character design, character models, and the writing and storytelling, but also the voice acting. You had the late and great Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman. He had Mark Hamill providing the voices of the Joker, Solomon Grundy, the Trickster. You had Tim Daly and George Newbern providing the voice of Superman. You had Clancy Brown providing the voice of Lex Luthor. You had Michael Ironside providing the voice of freaking Darkseid. You had Brad Garrett, I hope I said his name correctly, providing the voice of Lobo. You had Michael Rosenbaum providing the voice of Wally West Flash. You had Carl Lumbly providing the voice of Martian Manhunter. I mean, you had a really damn good and memorable voice cast. And I felt, you even had Malcolm McDowell, legendary British actor, as the voice of Metella. Excuse me. Um, but yeah, that's what made that franchise so good. That the voices were good, the writing was great, the storytelling was great, the character development was great. Just the entire franchise as a whole was so. I mean, you had great series after great series from Batman the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures, Superman the Animated Series, which I may talk about more so on my channel, so stay tuned for that. Batman Beyond, Static Shock, Justice League, and of course Justice League Unlimited. If I missed anything else, I apologize, but those are the shows that I remember watching the most as a kid. You know, when the DCAU was on, I tried to watch that shit religiously. I didn't care about Family Guy. I didn't care about Robot. I didn't give a fuck about those adult theme shows where people were like acting like a bunch of jackasses. And I didn't even really care about South Park. You know, people love South Park. I didn't give a fuck about South Park. Like, if Superman the Animated Series was on, and if South Park was on another channel, like, fuck South Park. Watching Superman, baby. Or if there was Justice League, I would watch Justice League over, you know, Family Guy. You know, that was me as a kid. You know, those shows weren't my thing. Why did I love those shows? Because A, of the writing, B, the storytelling, C, the character development, D, the voice acting, E, you know, the emotional weight behind it, the heart and soul and creativity that was put into those shows. Yes, I love me some good action. I love me some good comedy. I love some good romance. Granted, I like some good romance from time to time. But I love when a series and a character has an emotional weight to it when the creators of a certain series or a certain movie put a lot of heart, soul, and effort into the product. And that's what I felt when I was watching the entire DC Animated Universe franchise. And, you know, that's what made me love that franchise. That's why I didn't give a shit, I said, about South Park, Family Guy, Robot Chicken, any of that garbage. Any of that crap, excuse me. Didn't mean to say garbage, but you guys get what I'm saying. But that was my thing. You know, that was my thing. That was my joy. I try to watch that show as religiously as I possibly can. No pun intended, but that's the goddamn truth. Because I grew up loving those characters. You know, those shows helped me understand the characters. They helped me, you know, really understand why they're so iconic, why they're a major part of our pop culture, why they're such fan favorites. You know what I'm saying? That's a great show to me. That's what made the DC animated universe so good for so many years, was the consistent writing and storytelling. Let's see, what else? What else? Trying to think. Said the action was good. Some of the comedic moments were pretty damn good. The drama didn't feel forced. The romance didn't feel forced, for the most part, or creepy for the most part. Didn't feel creepy. Didn't feel forced for the most part. Um, it was a really damn good franchise, and I think it needs more respect. I'm not saying it's hated. I'm not saying it's despised. I'm not saying it's disrespected. I just think it's somewhat underappreciated by these modern day fans of DC Comics, or should I say by comic book and superhero fans as a whole, because they're into, you know, Arrow, Supergirl, fucking Teen Titans Go, which I think is a piece of shit of a show, but that's just me personally. But, you know, that's just me personally, guys. You know, I freaking love the DCAU. I think it's one of the greatest of all time. I think it's one of the greatest animated franchises of all time. So, yeah, so that's all I really wanted to say about that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, what it was your, outside of maybe like, what was your favorite DC animated universe show other than Batman the Animated Series, of course? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, peace out.